Thank you for tuning into another episode of Walden Art, and today I'm going to teach you how to draw in two-point perspective. What's two-point perspective? That's what this is. You're going to be drawing boxes. This is the basics of drawing in two-point perspective. Now, if you haven't learned how to draw in one-point perspective, you should check out one of my previous videos on how I draw in one-point perspective. So it looks something like this. I'll add links right over here and also below the video, so you can watch that first. And then when you're done, you can come back and watch this. But if you already watched the video and you know the basics of one-point perspective, you can start drawing this, and let me show you how. It's not that hard. The difference between one-point perspective and two-point perspective, with one-point perspective, you're drawing a box first in any angle. You're drawing that square first. But with two-point perspective, you're going to be drawing it in a different angle. That's the difference. Every direction, you're going to be drawing that like that, okay? So you're going to have either like this, like this, or like this, okay? So without further ado, just grab a piece of paper, grab a ruler, grab an eraser, and a pencil. And then we can all start drawing in two-point perspective together. So this will be fun. Okay, so let's start doing some two-point perspective. So we have a ruler, you have an eraser, you have a pencil, and you have a piece of paper. That's all you need for this lesson. Okay, so first thing you want to do is draw a horizon line. So with any drawing, there's something called the horizon line. Again, horizon line is in your eye level. Anything above your horizon line, you will see the bottom of the object. Anything below the horizon line, you will see the top of the object. So keep that in mind. Okay, so right on the middle of the paper, I would draw a horizon line. Like that. I'll draw it very lightly, just a line. So we'll know that is called the horizon line. H-O-R-I-Z-O-N-L-I-N-E. Now with two-point perspective, you have 2 points. With two-point perspective, you're going to have 2 vanishing points. Imagine your horizon right over here, eye level. You're going to have 1 vanishing point here and 1 vanishing point here. And that vanishing point can be anywhere. So the further out that angle is, the further the vanishing point is. The closer it is, then the closer the vanishing point is to your paper. 2 points. You can put the points anywhere. We're going to put a point right over here. I'm going to circle that point so you can see it, and then I'm going to put another point right over here. Okay? So the first thing you do when you draw in two-point perspective is, let's draw a box right over here. We're going to draw one line, one vertical line, like so. Okay? Again, make sure this line is parallel to this paper. Okay, so if you're drawing a line like this, you can kind of see your ruler is not parallel to the paper. You want it to be parallel. Parallel means 2 lines that are going the same direction. So I'm going to explain this. So if I had 2 pencils, right, like this, if 2 pencils are pointing at the same direction, that's parallel. Okay, if I go like this, 2 pencils pointing in the same direction, that's also parallel. This is parallel. Now, is this parallel? This is not parallel. Is this parallel? This is not parallel. So make sure lines are going the same direction. So for the sake of this exercise, everything that goes up and down, the vertical lines will always stay parallel throughout the whole page. Now, after I draw that line, I'm going to take the top of the line and lightly draw a line from here towards that corner. Okay, I'm going to take the bottom of the line. I'm going to lightly sketch a line from here towards that vanishing point. We're going to list this as VP1. VP1 means vanishing point 1. VP2 means vanishing point 2. Okay. Now, after I've drawn that side, I'm going to draw a line from this line towards vanishing point 2. So vanishing point 2 is over here. I'm going to draw upside down so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so from here, so usually I'll put my pencil and make sure it touches the point and it touches that line, and I'll sketch that line here. Okay, this is your guide. And then right here, we're going to draw from vanishing point 2 towards this line right over here. You see the guides I've done? Okay, now with this vertical line, you're going to draw a line. It can be anywhere you like along here, but we're just going to draw it right over here. So I'm going to make sure this line is parallel to this line. So if I drew a line like this, that would be wrong. Or if I drew a line like this, that would be wrong. You want it to have it parallel to that line. You see how I did that? Okay, and then right here, you have this line, this vertical line parallel to this vertical line, and then you can draw another vertical line anywhere along inside here. We're going to draw it here. You can draw it closer, you can draw it further. It doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so we draw that. So now I'm going to darken up the top line right over here. Darken up that side. I'm going to darken up that bottom line. See that? Okay, I'm going to darken up this line here, and then I'm going to darken up this line. Now we need to draw the bottom of the box. So right here you have the box, you have the side of the box that faces this way, this side that faces that way, and then you have to draw the bottom of the box. How do we approach drawing the bottom of the box? So to draw the bottom of the box, we will take this point going towards vanishing point 1. So I'm going to take the ruler, go from here, make sure that touches the right point. I'm going to sketch that line like that. And then I'm going to take this point that goes towards this vanishing point. So make sure this goes towards here, and then sketch that line very lightly like that. And then I'm going to take the pencil and I'm going to darken up this line. Okay, and then I'm going to darken up this line right over here. So from here to here, just darken up that line right over there. Okay, so that's one box. So all the other lines that we sketched out, we don't need those lines anymore. Okay, so we don't need those lines. Okay, so far so good. So we have one side of the box, we have the front side, and then we have the bottom of the box. The bottom of the box, I'm just going to make it darker so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so right over here, darken up that so you can see the 3 different sides. So far so good. Okay, I'm going to draw another box right over here. Okay, so the first thing we do is we'll draw this line. Make sure it's vertical, parallel to the side of your paper, right over here. Okay, we're going to draw the lines going towards vanishing point 1, like this. Okay, we're going to take the bottom of the line, draw that line towards vanishing point 1. See that sketch? Okay, I'm going to erase some of these extra lines so you don't, it doesn't confuse you guys. Okay, now we're going to take this part and sketch that line towards vanishing point 2. So right over here, vanishing point 2, just like that. Okay, we're going to take the bottom here, and then we're going to draw that towards vanishing point 2. Vanishing point 2 is right over here. Okay, now I'm going to make this box a little bit larger than this box. So in order to do that, I'm going to draw this vertical line, make sure it's parallel. I'm going to draw it way back over here. Okay, make sure it's parallel. Again, very important, if it's leaning, it's going to be off. You want it to be parallel. Make sure everything is drawn parallel. Okay, after I draw that line, I'm going to draw another line, maybe about here. You can draw it here, you can draw it there. I'm just going to draw it right over here. Okay. Okay, and now after I've drawn those 3 lines, I'm going to darken up this top line from this part to here, and then I'm going to darken up this part from here to here. So far so good. Now I'm going to darken up here. Make sure you follow the lines. Okay, try to be as accurate as you can. In the future, when you start drawing on your own, you don't really need to be as accurate, but for learning, it's better to be as accurate as you can. And then from here towards this vanishing point, we're going to go like that, and then we're going to darken up that line. And do you remember how to draw the bottom part? You know, if you do, try to draw the bottom part. You can pause this video and see if you can do it. And then once you draw it on your own, then you can press play again and then continue on. Okay, so right here, I'm going to take this side and then go to vanishing point. And then you can go either this side first or that side first. It doesn't really make a difference. But I'm just going to go this side from here, bottom of this line, towards that vanishing point. So right over here, I'm going to sketch that line. Okay, and then we're going to take this corner towards this vanishing point. So we're going to go here. See, notice how I'm putting the pencil here, and I'm kind of like using my ruler just to move up there. That way I don't have to like look for this corner, look for this corner. With my pencil, I just go here and I just push it up and I'll find it quickly like that. Okay, so that's the bottom of the box. And then now I'm going to draw the bottom of here and then the bottom of here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this line, get rid of that line, get rid of that line. this line and this line. So far it's good. Get rid of that sketch line because we don't really need those sketch lines. That sketch line, you can leave it on your paper just so you can see where you started with. Now I'm going to shade this side lightly so you can see the box. Shade this side lightly, and then the bottom of the box I'm just going to shade dark. Okay. In the future, I'll make a video on how to do a light source and shading, but right here we're just going to do it with two different tones: a white bright light source, a gray, and then a dark. Okay, so far so good. Pretty straightforward on how to draw a box. Now I want you guys to try drawing a box right over here. See if you guys can do it. Pause the video and then give it a try, and then see if you can do it. And then once you're done, you can press play. So the first thing I'll do is I'll draw a line here. Okay, and then from here, you know, this time let's make it a little bit better. Instead of drawing that whole sketch line, let's draw just enough that we need, so we don't have to go through erasing it. So from here to here, from here to here, so you can see, I'm gonna draw this line from here to there, and then from here, I'm gonna go towards vanishing point 1 right over there. I'm just gonna draw just enough, and then kind of figure out, kind of eyeball where to stop. And then from here, I'm gonna go from this corner towards vanishing point 2. You see that? Vanishing point 2. I'm going to draw just enough. Okay. And then right here, I'm going to put my pencil right over here, line my ruler here, and I'm going to look for vanishing point 2. You see that? I'm looking for vanishing point 2. I'm just moving the ruler towards there. And then I'm going to draw just enough that I need. Okay. Now, and then I'm going to draw vertical lines. Now, when you draw the vertical lines, make sure it's vertical and parallel to the paper. Otherwise, some of you might draw here. Let me make a mistake on purpose. Some of you might draw this line a little bit longer by accident, and then when you draw the line, you'll have a tendency to want to complete it. So like that is wrong. That is wrong. So sometimes when you're drawing and you're drawing too much, you can go here and erase a little bit of it, or you can always go on top and then extend this part a little bit more. So just make sure it's vertical. So I'm going to draw this line here. And then with that little bit of extra, I'm just going to erase. Okay. And then we're going to do it for this one. I'm going to make this one longer on purpose because I know some of you might make a line a little bit longer. Okay. So we have that, this, and this. And then now I'm going to draw the vertical line here, here, and then here. Again, do not connect them if it's not parallel. Make sure it's parallel to the paper. This line is parallel to this line. Draw that line. You're going to have that little bit of extra. You can always go back in there and add it in. You see how I drew the whole thing without having those extra sketch lines? Okay, now let's finish it off. We're going to have this corner towards this vanishing point 1. We're going to sketch that line like that. Okay, let's not do the sketch. We're just going to draw this line just enough, like this. And then we're going to take this corner towards vanishing point 2. I'm going to draw that line. Okay, the extra stuff, just erase it. Okay, there you go. You have 3 boxes. Okay, so far so good. Now, just to keep it going, we're going to have you continue. We're going to draw a box right over here. We're going to move it maybe all the way over here. Okay, draw one line here. Okay, just draw enough. From here towards the vanishing point 2. Vanishing point 2 is here. I'll draw that line. Okay, from the bottom here, I'm going to go to vanishing point 2 again, right over there. Okay, next step, from here towards this. If you think you got it, pause the video, see if you can continue without me, and then press play, and then to confirm your drawing with my drawing. Okay, from here to here. Okay, now I'm going to make sure this is parallel to the paper. I'm going to move this over, draw this vertical line. Okay, the extra stuff I'll erase. Okay, now on this side, I'm gonna draw a vertical line from here to here using this point. Okay, here I don't have any extra lines, so what I'll do is I'll go in there, and then I'll extend that line. Okay, that way you're not drawing that line from here towards there. Make sure it's vertical and parallel. Okay, so far so good. We're gonna go from this corner towards vanishing point 1. And when you stop, you kind of have an idea. You can see from here to here, it's basically you're going to stop somewhere there. So you're just going to go here and then draw the line and kind of guesstimate and stop over there. And then now we're going to take this corner and we're going to draw it towards vanishing point 2 right over there. We're going to draw that line. There. So far, it's good. Okay. Now, I want you guys to draw a box right over here. Okay. Pause the video and give it a try. See if you can do it on your own. This one's a little bit different. This one's going to be a little bit different than these. So give it a try. Okay. So right now, the first thing I'll do is I'll draw this line. Okay. And after I have that line, I would use, just like the first 4 we've drawn, we'll take the top of the corner, we'll draw this line towards here, like that. And then we'll take this line towards this vanishing point, right over here. Okay, and then we'll do that the same for the other side. We're going to take this corner, go towards vanishing point number 2, right over here, vanishing point number 2. We're going to draw a line here. And you can draw your line as long as you want or as short as you want. It doesn't make a difference as long as you're drawing it towards the vanishing point. Okay, we're going to take this corner, go towards vanishing point number 2, right over here. Vanishing point number 2. Now, I'm going to draw the parallel vertical lines. So here's this line. I'm going to draw this line, make sure it's parallel. Okay, and then right over here, we're going to draw, okay, so we're going to draw this line from here to there. Okay, if you don't have enough lines, just go back in there and add it in. If you have too much, go ahead and erase it. And that's your box. Now you're thinking, why does this box look different than these boxes? Okay, now let me explain why the box on the horizon line, you will only see 2 sides instead of 1. So if it's above the horizon line, here's your vanishing point. If it's above the horizon line, you will always see the bottom of the box. You'll see the 2 sides and the bottom of the box. If your horizon line is here and it's below, you will see the top of the box and the 2 sides. But if it's directly on the horizon line, you will only see this and this. So your horizon line is here. Regardless of where you move, you will only see those 2 sides. But if it's above, then you see the bottom of the box. If it's below, then you see the top of the box. Okay, so that's the reason why when you draw a box in 2-point perspective on the horizon line, you will only see the 2 sides, not the bottom and not the top. Okay. Okay, so now I want you to give it a try and see if you can draw a box right over here. Okay, pause this video if you think you can do it, and then press play once you're done. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I'll draw this line first. Okay, and then I'll take the top of the line, I'll draw it here. Okay, from here, the bottom of this line, I'll find vanishing point number 1 right over there. I'll draw that line like this. Okay, we're going to change it up a little bit, and then I'm going to draw the side. Okay, then I'm going to take this side. We're going to go towards vanishing point 2 right over here. See that? I'm going to draw a vertical line, parallel, and then I'm going to take this vanishing point, match here, and draw that. Okay? Now we're going to draw another box right over here. Okay? Pause this video if you think you can do it, and give it a try on your own, and then press play once you're done to see how I did it. So I will draw this line. This one go towards vanishing point 1. Okay. I'm going to go here towards vanishing point 1. Okay. This side goes vanishing point 1. This line go towards vanishing point vanishing point 2 right over here. Okay. Now we're going to draw a parallel line from here to here. Okay, we're going to draw a parallel line from here to here. Now, if you have too much line, you can erase, and if it's not enough, you can extend. As long as that line is vertical parallel, you'll be okay. Okay, then next step, you're going to take this corner, going towards this vanishing point 2. Just draw just enough. And then you're going to take this corner going towards vanishing point 1. Right over here, vanishing point 1. And sometimes you're going to have an extra line or a little bit not enough. Extra line, just go ahead and erase it. If it's not enough, extend it. Okay, you see these boxes? You see 3 sides. 3 sides, 3 sides. The top of the box, you see 3. Now, when the box lies on the horizon line, you only see 2 sides of the box. Okay, we're going to draw a box over here. So anything that's floating above the horizon line, you'll see the bottom of the box. Anything that's below the horizon line, you'll see the top of the box. Okay, we're going to draw another box right here. Maybe we'll just draw a few here. One over here. Here. Like this. Draw, make sure it's like that. Okay, next step, we're going to take vanishing point 2, draw that line, vanishing point 2 again, draw this side. Oops, the ruler moved. Okay, ruler moved, let's fix that. Okay, and then right here, we're going to draw a vertical line. Make sure it's parallel again. I can't stress that enough. I've seen so many people draw 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective, and then their lines, even if it's slightly off, you can tell the difference. Okay, right over here, we're going to go towards that vanishing point. And then right here, we're going to go towards this vanishing point. So far, so good. Okay, let's shade the bottom of the box here, and then the side of the box here. Okay. Now we're going to draw another box. This time I'm going to draw a box not parallel on purpose, so you can see that it looks a little bit off. So, okay. So right now we're going to draw a box. Okay, this ruler is not parallel. Okay, not parallel to the paper. Watch what happens. I'm going to draw this line. This go towards that vanishing point. This one go towards this vanishing point. Okay, this one go towards this vanishing point. This one go towards that vanishing point. Okay, I'm not gonna have it touch. Okay, now I'm gonna draw. Remember how we drew the side of these lines, and we kept it parallel. Now I'm gonna purposely make a mistake and not draw it parallel, so you can see how the box looks wonky. So I'm gonna draw this line. Look at this ruler. You notice right away it's not parallel. Okay, now I'm going to draw this side. Okay, it's not, I'm going to go like this. See that box? It's off. It's off. And then if I drew the bottom of the box, from here towards that vanishing point, here towards that vanishing point, it's a little bit wonky looking. Okay, you see that? It's a little bit off. So what we want to do is we need to go back in there, make sure those lines are parallel. Okay, we want to draw this line. I'm going to draw it darker. Make sure it's parallel. Okay, I'm going to go here. Okay, and then get rid of the lines that are wrong. If you draw everything parallel, it'll look much nicer. It's sort of like a construction worker. They'll use like these measuring tools, and then they'll make sure everything is leveled and parallel. Because if they build a building and it's not parallel, that building will fall down. You don't want that building to like crumble. You want it to be in good shape. Okay, so there you go. Now I'm going to take a step further to see if you can do this. So far we've drawn all these boxes that stand alone. Let's try to draw a box underneath this box. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll draw this line like that. Okay, I'll draw this side going towards vanishing point 1. Okay, and then I'll draw the side of the box. This exercise right here is the same as drawing this box, but you're drawing behind. Now I'm going to take this side going towards vanishing point 2, right over here, right over there. And then I'm going to draw a line going up to here. Make sure it's vertical. You see what I did there? This part? That's the same as drawing this box. And then I'm going to use the top of this line going towards vanishing point 2 from here to here. And then what do we do here? just like drawing this box, we have a line going back towards vanishing point 1. So we take this corner and we go back to vanishing point 1. I'll make another video in the future that demonstrates more of drawing boxes in different areas. But this is how you draw boxes in 2-point perspective. So right over here, 2-point perspective. Okay, there you have it. So you have with 2-point perspective, you have a horizon line, you have a vanishing point 1, and a vanishing point 2. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of shading to separate the boxes. Okay, a little bit of shading here. A little bit of shading over there. Okay, so there you go. That's drawing 2-point perspective. Now I'm going to hold this box in 2 points perspective, and then you're going to compare this box with the drawing that you've done. Okay, look at the angle. Okay. You see the bottom, you see the sides, okay, on the horizon line. Okay, you only see 2 sides, and then look at the bottom. Okay, below the horizon line, you will see this side, and then here, and then as we move here, see that? Okay, so let's try it again. There you go. So that's drawing 2-point perspective. Now I want you guys to stop the video and then just draw it on your own, see how it turns out, and then when you're done, see if you can get the same image as what I've done. Take a look right over here. Okay, so any questions, comment, or whatever you want to say, comment down below and I'll respond to you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Hit the notification bell so anytime I put up a new video, you'll be one of the first to see it. And until next time, I hope you keep on drawing and stay safe and take care. Have a good time. Bye-bye.